Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen Persistent Universe Monthly Report. We check out what Cloud Imperium have been working on over the last few weeks and what they're focused on now in November 2021 in terms of tech, features and progress. Let's start with ships and vehicles. The ship team cleaned up bugs and continued to polish various areas of the Crusader Ares, including several new paints. The Drake Vulture reached the final art phase with the last month's focus on habitation and the cargo hold, and we do know that the Drake Vulture is now planned for Alpha 3.18 Q2 of 2022. One of the regularly mentioned unannounced vehicles continues to progress through the pipeline, this time getting a finalised UI layout and lighting pass. Part of the team then began the damage pass, while others transitioned to release prep. You can actually see what this ship or vehicle might be in my Intergalactic Aerospace 2951 spoilers video. Another new ship received its final tints and had bugs fixed throughout. In the UK, 3 ships moved through the final stages of the pipeline. The Banu Merchantman progressed through White Box. The upcoming MISC hulls continued development, with the Hull A preparing for White Box review and the Hull C approaching Grey Box review. The VFX team completed full passes on several new ships, including the Crusader Ares variants and their weapons. Work continued on size 10 bombs, which are now looking significantly better than the functional pass shown on Inside Star Citizen. Vehicle tech worked on various features for the upcoming patch, including new vehicle release support, landing gear, radar, scanning, repair, and door control panel interactions. The team then moved on to incorporating feedback on radar and scanning improvements submitted last quarter. Squadron 42 related needs were also uncovered that, when implemented, will benefit the Persistent Universe as well. The vehicle team focused on a significant rework of Gravlev handling. We know this is a major feature of 3.16 now. A breakthrough in implementation meant that they could make significant improvements to the handling, making it more dynamic and flexible. They also fixed some bugs and issues with the existing implementation. The development of jump points continued, with the team currently cleaning up those loose ends regarding gameplay logic. For example, when multiple people use a jump point at once, some of the low-level tech behind jump points has dependencies on server meshing, so the team continued to work with the relevant teams as well. Improvements were looked into for the transit system. The transit system is quite complex and was built before server meshing and streaming, so there are upgrades to make to ensure it copes with the new tech landscape of the game. The team also looked at ways to improve some of the tools used by the designers to more easily create dynamic and complex transit networks. The weapon feature team began the month working on the Firestorm Kinetic Size 3 bombs for the Crusader Hercules and artwork for the upcoming Tractor Beam assets. They concluded the month on mining gadgets, proximity mines and laser trip mines. Moving on to gameplay and features, the features team improved the new player inventory and actor status features based on feedback from the PTU, with the most notable addition being the ability to filter items in the inventory. This feature has already gone through several UI iterations since being introduced early in the month. There has been work on the new item kiosk that will add the ability to sell items back to shops. It was converted to building blocks in the process. We expect to see this in Alpha 3.17 Q1 of next year. The finalized technical design documents began work on major cargo refactors and worked on the upcoming Intergalactic Aerospace Expo event as well. A fix was added to stop players from losing items stowed in their ships if they hit a 30k. Server crash recovery stuff. Now, when a player hits 30ks, they will be able to respawn with that ship and all these stowed items and inventory at any ASOP terminal in the game. Gone are the days of loading your ship up with a ton of items to move to another city only to lose them due to a server crash. We already seen an extremely positive reaction from the public on both Spectrum as well as Reddit about how this is working, so hopefully you'll all appreciate this as much as we do, said the features team. The UI team progressed with UI for the upcoming refueling feature and mining gadgets. They spent time converting the ASOP terminals to use building blocks for a future release and worked with the vehicle team to add updated door controls to the latest ships. Systemic tools and services wrapped up their ongoing work on economy, tools and AI simulation. They're now focused on optimization for the remainder of the year. Hopefully this is a good sign that we'll see some of this systemic gameplay and some of the Quanta and Universe dynamic simulation stuff in Alpha 3.16. Work progressed on intelligent NPC spawning and tracking, with the latter half of the spawning system progressing well. The tracking system continues towards its first major internal milestone. Locations and environments. The Montreal-based locations team put the finishing touches to Area 18's hospitals, which is due for release in Alpha 3.16. This involved completing polish tasks, building levels of detail for the entire location, and fixing any remaining bugs. Alongside this, other hospitals progressed well, including the Maria Pure of Heart Hospital at Lawville and Rest Stop clinics, with the latter approaching the final stages of development. The Rest Stop clinics required a few additional modules to allow the team to create unique layouts across each of the 12 locations. They also iterated on the white box for Levski's Hospital. Another key feature currently under development is Derelict Ships version 1. Last month, the design team scattered parts of the Drake Caterpillar around plant-side locations and added puzzles inside them. Currently, there are two types of module, vanilla and puzzle. Vanilla modules are simple spaceship parts, where players might find basic resources or items. Puzzle modules contain a puzzle, with a lootable container as a reward. The team now has completed these modules and are assembling them at various crash sites around Stanton. The lighting team has been finalising lighting for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which involved taking the existing lighting and repurposing it for new mood and sort of like the convention hall feel. Some areas only require small tweaks, while others received much more dramatic changes that the team hopes will provide a new and interesting experience for the community. The start of a new quarter also saw the team tackle the backlog of legacy tasks and polish covering locations across the whole PU. A dev pass began on Pyro's abandoned space stations. These locations provide us with a ton of opportunity for mood and drama, like dark, cold corridors contrasting with hot markets filled with condensation, said the lightings team. They began developing a suite of new frontier-style outfits for the population of Pyro as well. Audio worked closely with the composer, Pedro Camacho, on the score for Pyro to establish the tone and sonic palette there. Narrative also began work on content for that system too, including work alongside design on missions and developing the factions and locations around Pyro that will be found throughout the system. Planetary ground storm effects were rebalanced, which was necessary due to the recently introduced VFX lighting model. The team also held several VFX-focused playtests where they found and fixed lots of minor visual bugs. Graphics and engine-wise, I'll actually really compact this down because most of it just equates to general updates and improvements to the code and engine and renderer stuff. They've been making improvements to water volumes, work on changes to the material system have also started to go through, allowing shaders to become more modular. This is a stepping stone towards building a new suite of shaders that provide more power and flexibility for the artists. Other completed tasks include new light animation features, technical design work for using damage maps for salvage, gamma correction fixes, and general support for the fire feature. The Gen 12 renderer work picked up after CitizenCon, with more systems being converted. They are also looking to complete a large refactor of texture samplers to make them compatible with Gen 12 and Vulkan support. They're also generally improving loading times, and massive instancing is now supported. For atmosphere and cloud rendering, all recent improvements were merged into Alpha 3.15 stream, and they continue to iterate on them further. Boom! That's it for Star Citizen's monthly report this time. We will be checking out the AI, NPC, and Squadron 42 updates in another video in the next few days. But what do you think? Are you happy with the progress being made? Are you excited by the new ships and vehicles coming to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo on the 19th of November? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. It's November, and that means, yes, you're right, it's NordVPN season. All those delicious Nords are collected together to make the finest VPN that I shill for on my channel. Not only is NordVPN delicious, but it also protects. Check out the links below to get fantastic discounts, or go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Do you dream of being at the controls of your spaceship in real life? Well, now you sort of can with Game Glass. It turns touchscreen devices into diegetic controllers for Star Citizen, and you can get the basic software free. Check it out in the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway as well. This time it's for a Mercury Starrunner, a multi-crew ship that will let you do a bit of everything in-game now. Or at least most things. Lots of things in-game now. In the future it might allow you to do smuggling and data running too. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos during November. More details down below. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking the join or thanks button under my videos, or even becoming a Patreon. You get some cool stuff to show that you're a true supporter of mine and Zin's art, some exclusive polls, ways of shaping the channel, some exclusive videos, all that sort of jazz too. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.